In the shadows of football's greatest kingdom, a secret meeting just changed the course of European history. For years, Real Madrid president Florentino Perez was hailed as a visionary. He built a modern empire on patience, meticulously hoarding the world's most elite teenage prodigies. The blueprint was set: develop the future, dominate the next decade. But in late June 2026, fresh off a high-stakes re-election, Perez decided that waiting was a luxury he could no longer afford. He wanted total, undisputed dominance, and he wanted it by September. To pull off a shift this cold-blooded, he needed a mercenary who doesn't care about tomorrow, a man who only lives for the kill today. Enter Jose Mourinho. Signing a blockbuster 3-year contract running until June 2029, the special one has officially returned to the Bernabeu after leaving Benfica. In the very moment his pen touched the paper, Madrid's famous youth project was declared dead. Mourinho didn't return to Spain to nurture kids or build a legacy. He arrived with an absolute mandate to build a ruthless, battle-hardened machine. The changing room is being entirely cleared of sentiment. Legendary stalwarts Dani Carvajal and David Alaba have been cast aside, their contracts left to expire in the wind. The era of potential is over. The era of the veteran empire has begun. Mourinho's influence on the boardroom has been instant, terrifying, and completely uncompromising. Look no further than the left flank. Real Madrid completely blindsided the transfer market by dropping a massive 55 million euros to snatch 27-year-old Marc Cucurella from Chelsea. This wasn't a long-term scouting project. It was a lightning-fast, aggressive deal demanded directly by Mourinho to inject immediate defensive grit and intense press resistance to compete alongside young Alvaro Carreras. But a world-class fullback was just the first brick in Mourinho's new fortress. To replace the towering presence of David Alaba, Mourinho went straight back to the Premier League to secure absolute muscle. Real Madrid pulled off a massive coup by landing 27-year-old defensive powerhouse Ibrahima Konate on a free transfer. Stealing a titan of Konate's caliber from Liverpool without paying a single euro in transfer fees is a masterstroke that gives Madrid an immediate, elite physical presence that cannot be bullied in the Champions League. The true crown jewel of these confirmed arrivals, however, is a signing of pure tactical malice. 31-year-old Bernardo Silva has officially signed a 2-year contract, arriving as a free agent from Manchester City. For years, Silva was the tactical heartbeat of Madrid's fiercest European rival. But the magnetic pull of working under Mourinho changed everything. Silva brings unparalleled European experience and a football IQ that cannot be bought. With the explosive return of 19-year-old Endrick from his loan spell at Lyon, Mourinho already has his foundation. These aren't prospects trying to find their footing. These are proven, elite champions ready to conquer from day one. With the left side and central defense reinforced, Mourinho immediately turned his gaze to the right flank. While Trent Alexander-Arnold arrived in the previous window, Mourinho's system demands absolute physical power and tactical flexibility. That is why Real Madrid is now on the absolute precipice of completing a 20 million euro deal for Inter Milan's powerhouse wingback, Denzel Dumfries. At 30 years old, Dumfries is the ultimate tactical enforcer, a massive, unforgiving athlete perfectly suited for Mourinho's high-intensity transitions. But the defensive overhaul still isn't finished. While sensationalist internet rumors love linking Madrid to impossible targets like Josko Gvardiol, whose future remains completely locked down under a concrete contract at Manchester City, Mourinho is operating strictly in reality. He has demanded one more elite, left-footed center-back to complete his wall. Real Madrid's scouting team has narrowed the shortlist down to 2 realistic, high-stakes targets: Borussia Dortmund's aggressive stopper, Nico Schlotterbeck, and Inter Milan's tactical maestro, Alessandro Bastoni. Mourinho wants a backline that strikes fear into opponents before they even step onto the pitch. To fund a restructuring of this magnitude, the Real Madrid boardroom is currently executing some of the coldest, most calculating financial engineering the sport has ever seen. Look at the genius manipulation of 21-year-old Nico Paz. Real Madrid officially activated his 9 million euro buyback clause from Como. But make no mistake, he isn't staying to play. Madrid immediately offered Como the chance to buy him outright for a staggering 60 million euros. This sudden hunger for raw liquidity is driven by Mourinho's ultimate midfield obsession, Chelsea's Enzo Fernandez. Rumors are circulating that talks are advancing rapidly behind closed doors, and Enzo has already received public backing from his former teammate Marc Cucurella to make the switch to Spain. But landing a 25-year-old World Cup winner requires an astronomical financial sacrifice. Mourinho initially looked at cashing in on Eduardo Camavinga to raise the funds, but despite massive interest from Chelsea and Liverpool, the Frenchman is dug in, flatly refusing to pack his bags. That leaves Aurélien Tchouameni squarely on the chopping block. After a string of tactical displays that left the board thoroughly underwhelmed, Real Madrid is now actively willing to sacrifice Tchouameni, offering him to the market to completely bankroll the blockbuster arrival of Enzo Fernandez. And finally, we arrive at the grand illusion, the ultimate wildcard of the summer. When Florentino Perez secured his re-election, he made a sacred promise to the Madridistas, a true jaw-dropping Galactico signing to define this new era. That promise has led straight to Bayern Munich's crown jewel, Michael Olise. The speculation right now has reached an absolute fever pitch, with rumors of astronomical bids exceeding 150 million euros, setting the football world on fire. Now, to keep the market stable and avoid a bidding war, Real Madrid has issued an official denial of any direct or indirect contact. Simultaneously, Bayern Munich continues to fiercely brief the press that the 24-year-old winger is completely untouchable. But seasoned football fans know the script. In the world of Florentino Perez, an official denial is simply the opening move in a massive, multi-million-euro siege. If Mourinho demands a lethal world-class asset on the right wing to complete his win-now empire, Perez has the political willpower and the financial war chest to turn the impossible into reality. The Mourinho revolution is no longer a rumor. The contracts are being signed, the phone lines are burning, and Real Madrid is building the most terrifying veteran army football has ever seen.